Hi, Brennan here. Okay, so I'm working on some big science, yes? So this is philosophy type stuff. But basically, I'm trying to work out this grand sort of equation where it's a trinity, right? Now, I've got something up here too that kind of branches off this trinity, so multi-dimensional psychosociology, geopsychology, general technology. So these kind of all fit in to here in a sense. Uh, Geopsychology are both of these, really. So we're really extracting these words, these concepts, and reforming them. But basic, and this is still early stuff. So, anyways, we have the net, the passage. So you're filtering the passage, so that you get the right people to go through, and making sure that those people are delivering the moral equation. And now you have the vehicle of the future, which is the tower of power, which is all the stuff we've got, and then PG Easy, the Holy Grail. So it should be easy to have sort of this humanity without any sort of bad thoughts, only good thoughts. And so then chemistry would be the fourth one, sort of alchemy, the scientific method. All this is relatively new, so we want to put it all together. And here's geographics, ecology, cultural normative denial. So basically, with that three-part system, what is ideal to functionally complete this great work is sort of a Jeffersonian table. So you see, one of the inventions Thomas Jefferson made was this rotating writing desk that was just had three things. So it was actually a reading desk, so you could read three books at the same time. And, make a little, I don't know, I suppose notes when you're reading something important, and you rotate it so that you um, can center the thing in like this. This in a sense, and so this is what people need to be doing. Me, who knows? Um, to focus in and fully sort of complete sort of the environmental equation. So the alchemy is the scientific method. This is, we want to equate all these things. We want to unify them, but we also want them to be solid on their own and highly functional. So we want them to almost function by themselves. Almost, it's really trickier because the world, the geographic world, it's always politics and predators and victims. The colonial world. And so I'm looking at this book. I've got this awesome book here. It's Routledge, and so it's really cool. It's I'm not sure if I can show anything, but they're talking about the Mountain of the Adepts, Temple of the Wise, House of the Gathering, or of Self-Collection, lit by the sun and moon, stands on the seven stages, surmounted by the phoenix. The temple is hidden in the mountains, a hint at the Philosopher's Stone. That the Philosopher's Stone lies buried in the earth and must be extracted and cleansed. The zodiac in the background symbolizes the duration of the opus, while the four elements indicate wholeness. In foreground, blindfolded man and the investigator who follows his natural instincts. So who doesn't want to be blindfolded? I mean, sounds. Um, so this is fascinating stuff. So I was looking at the. I can't remember. There's a lot of mandalas in here, and a lot of this ancient sort of symbolism, which the ancient world basically would depend on to communicate concepts. The four-petaled red and white flower of chemistry, or the seven-petal rows of the planets. Um, Walled cities, so basically civilization really fascinates a lot of us. Nature also fascinates us. This is, the vehicle of the future and chemistry kind of intersecting on this plane. We can say that chemistry, alchemy, is like forestry, and the vehicle of the future can help us manage that so that we can manage the entire environment and also have those perpendiculars of the mentality, or the environmentality, having the system that works without any sort of twisting thoughts or lack of feeling. That would be horrible, right? And geography gives you a view to that. So that, a lot of people there, that's the great mediating sweet conspiracy, geography. You go off to the frontier and you film a war, and then you say, now we have to spend $1 billion, um, and the person who grew up on the frontier, the alien on the frontier, this person can have the butterfly wing effect of this great storm. So pushing the storm in the right direction where it's needed is like carrying the forestry, the forest fires, carrying that fuel to where it is needed, to the deserts, where you can make the deserts bloom, as they say. But having that normative reaction in insight, I'm trying to come up with the fancy words, to make it easy. Okay, that's the that's it. And to be able to spin this table with your finger and say, like the three-part harmony. So ultimately, let's say you have a listening device and it's playing, it's producing audio, but were you there? Did you actually hear that, or were you awake and stuff like that? Was it the audio actually reaching you? So you would have this three-part, this unifying this concept, where you have these three buttons, okay, and you would press. It would give you a little code, and it wouldn't necessarily be electronic that you could hear, but you would repeat the code. So it would say 1131 2 or something like that, AACCBB, we'll give out these tones, these random sort of tones, or maybe actually related tones, sort of like, can you, do you get it, do, re, mi type of thing, and then you have this little tiny device that's connected to your audio player via the speakers or something like that, and you press in that code. So in a sense, this is the subliminal of this three-part system, with the alchemy being the actual electricity that's flowing to the speaker, uh, delivering that vital material, information, whatever it be, to where it will grow and show. And so you are showing by saying, okay, you're making a record saying, I understand that by pressing, the certain code on the buttons. And so 3 buttons is so simple, you really can't get lost. Whereas 4, you're starting to, think, did he say northwest or southeast? But 3 buttons, that's the old symbol, right? The old, it's just an ancient symbol, okay? 3, 6, 12. It makes the world go round. So, so this is the big picture, and I hope to have the let's see here. I hope to have nothing. This dissonant reverse psychology is really horrible, and I actually I'd like to make this when I talk about the Holy Grail, I also dig the royal sort of attraction to to very respectfully sort of scale great peaks, scale great heights, to get up there and to say, this is something that yes, we can, type of respect and advanced technology that's very economic, very ecologic, very focused, just not like focused, but more crazy. No, psychosociology, yes, of course, no. It's more a cooperation that I want to represent this stuff. Talk about California poverty. I grew up there, right in the sort of middle of it, and all the cultural elements, cultural and other. Um, you know, so I want to do that. In a sort of, if there's anybody out there that thinks, a shining knight in armor, a knight in shining armor, or something like that, maybe a shining knight. I don't know, the Shining. Conan O'Brien. Okay, and that could bring you to Neil Patrick Harris. I want to do an impersonation just for the Chinese girls love it. It's just an act, just a sort of. That's how I met your mother. What? Brennan means moist. Uh, okay, so the royal plea. And so here's like a little copy of some of the writing. I was writing this. I'm like a redwood tree, an ancient, one of those hollowed out realities. California has the giant trees, right? And they live there simply because they're isolated from civilization geographically. And so they have enough time to be forest fires to literally haul them out. Yeah, I'm trying to put a picture on Facebook or something. And you can go in there, like huge, like 10, 20 feet in diameter, these trees. And some of them are really hollowed out. They got these big caves in them. And that's what I feel like, okay? The gathering of the self collection or self collectiveness. There's no net. There's, they're just like animals. And we have to generally solve that, and it has to be easy, because if we start, people start stressing, the media, you turn on my thumb, the television, and you're projecting images that people have only really seen for, since the day of Charlie Chaplin, the great dictator and the tramp, the crazy guy, making, the cat, meow. So this is heavy duty stuff. I mean, here I am. No one's holding the camera. No one's making me lunch. I eat it, but hollow, resentful. Can't say the right things. I can say the wrong things. So I'm like, petrified. And so people, petroleum, this is our addiction. It's like, everyone, like, freak out, look at the camera, drive a Ford, factory production. So we need to take it to the next level and say, okay, what really is the problem? What is the ambition? What does humanity really want? Why are we distracted like no other? Why, distracted to the new world, to the frontier, to go out and chop down those trees so that you won't have a purple haze, never mind, twilight in the Pacific Northwest. which is very complex when you try to bounce these images off. And not just the left-hand side of America, but the eastern side of America. So these are the big, these images that we're trying to, we're in the energy craze, everyone. So the vehicle of the future will solve that. It will deliver everything. It's like this unified container that is easy, is all, and it is the philosophical filter, the net. And net. Scientifically, right. And wrong, because you want to have the two fully understood, and therefore spinning on that axis. So that, again, that Jeffersonian three-book table, imagine this is the vortex, and you're just spinning it till the papers are flying everywhere, just chaos there, and you're saying, wait a second, I see something, like an Einstein moment where you're going, I got it, I got it. It's like the spaceship blasts off, E.T. phone home. So that's what I'm projecting on the big screen. Brennan, he will save the world. Brennan can save us. Yes. Yes, indeed. Great people of Earth. I have come to save you.